Hey everyone, this is the first part of implementation of deleting multi-users at once functionality. In this video, I will show you how you can maintain a state of those users which are going to be deleted from the database of our NextJS MySQL CRUD application. So back in VS Code, as you can see, this is my project directory and I will open up a terminal. And first of all, let's change the directory to Next MySQL, and then I will start my server. And here you can see my server is up on localhost 3000. So in the browser, I will visit localhost 3000, and here you can see this is our application and this is the list of users stored in the database of this application. Now we want to implement the functionality of deleting multi-users right at once. So in this video, we will maintain a state of those users which are going to be deleted from the database. So when I click on any user, as you can see, the checkbox is checked. So whenever the checkbox of any user is checked, then I want that the ID of that user will be maintained in the state of our application, so that we can use that in future for deleting the multi-users right at once. So let's see how we can implement that. So back in VS Code, here you can see this is my project directory, and here first of all in the context folder I will make a file checked context.js, and in this file I will import create context hook from React, and then I will make a variable checked context with the help of create context hook, and then I will export the checked context. So I will write export default checked context, and now from the component folder I will open layout.js file, and in this file first of all I will import the checked context. So I will write import checked context, and now below down above the add employee modal I will write checked context dot provider, and here I will close the tag, and I will cut this closing tag from here and I will paste it at the bottom. Now in the checked context we will provide the value, and it will be an object. So before that we will make a state of checked user. So here I will write const checked user set checked user. This is the setter function and this is the state, and it will be an empty array. And now in the value of checked context I will provide checked user as checked user state and set checked user as set checked user function, like so. And now I will open user component, and here I will first import the checked context, and then I will import the use context hook. Then in the component I will make a variable const value is equals to, here we will use context hook, and we will provide checked context as the parameter, as we want to use this context in this component. And now here in this input field, we will use the onChange method, and it will be an arrow function, and the function name will be handle change checked. And in this function we will give two parameters. The first one will be the event and the second one will be the user ID, like so. And now here before the return statement we will declare that function. So we will write const handle change checked, and it will be an arrow function. And here in the parameter I will destructure the target key from the event parameter, and then here I will accept user ID. And now in the function we will make a variable const checked. Actually we are destructuring the checked property of this target, and then we will check if the user is checked. Then what we will do is we will set the ID of that user in the checked user state. So we will use set checked user, and here we will first spread the checked user state. So here I will write value dot checked user, and along with it I will give the user ID, like so. And if the user is not checked, then what we will do is we will make a new variable of new checked users, and in this variable we will filter out the checked user. So I will write checked user, and then we will use the filter function which will help us in filtering out the checked user. So inside the filter function we will use the return statement, and we will check if the user ID is not equal to the given user ID, then we will return that user in this new checked user variable, else we will not return the user. It means those users will be stored in this variable which are checked and whose ID is not matching with this user ID. And now after that we will use the set checked user function, and we will set new checked user, like so. And now in the layout component where we declared the state of checked user, let's remove this console log, and here we will log the checked user state. So I will write console log checked user, like so. And now I want to fix a issue which is occurring from this users table component. So open this users table component, and here in the map function and in the user component, here in the key prop we will provide the user ID and not the whole user object. So now let's refresh the page, and here you can see this is our application. And now let's open up the console, and now let's check any user. So I will check this user. As you can see, the ID of that user is stored in the state of checked user. And if I check this user also, and here you can see ID of both the user is stored in the checked user state. So this will help us in building the delete multi-user functionality. So that's all for this video, guys. In the next video we will see how we can check all users at once by checking this checkbox. if we check this checkbox, then all these users will be checked, and if we uncheck this checkbox, then all these users will be unchecked. So in the next video we will see that. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much.